Welcome back. It's going to be episode 3 of Ranger Recap. Hope you guys have been enjoying it. We're finally finishing Mighty Morphin. We've made it to season 3. It's only 30 episodes, so we're not dedicating so much of our time. And there's a lot to plot. There's a lot of plot to get through, so I hope everyone's buckled up. Alexander, I hope you're ready to drive, ready to go.
I look forward to these recaps every single time we do them.
Sorry about the delay, you know, life.
Life kicks in.
Silly game of life. Okay, so let's get started. Of course, we got to recap our recaps. So if you guys recall, season 2, Rita comes back. We get a wedding. We get a wedding between Rita and Zed. She puts a love spell on him. They fall in love. We're loving life. So they're together. They're a power couple. They're trying to mess up the Rangers together now. The squad, we've got Tommy as the White Ranger, and then we've got our 3 new Rangers, Rocky, Aisha, and Adam, replacing the goats, Jason, Trini, and Zach. Zordon and Alpha are there. I always find like really fun clip or fan art every time I do these, so I always try to include some. Yeah, no, she's tired. Let her rest. And then just putting on here, like we are familiar with the Power Rangers movie. I watched it every day of my childhood, so we did watch it. It technically comes between season 2 and season 3. There's a lot of overlap things that happen that would spoil that, so we're gonna do season 3 first, and then we'll do a short recap on the movie, which is nostalgic AF, as the kids say.
As the kids say, man.
Okay, so we're starting out.
I'm Unk and I'm chopped.
Turns out I'm Unk. So we're starting out. We're gonna learn about a planet that looks a lot like the sand planet in Tatooine.
Tatooine from Star Wars. Yeah,
in Star Wars. Yeah, I'm a bit of a Star Wars nerd.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I love when Anakin did the thing.
So planet Enoi, that's gonna be Alpha 5's home planet. That's where he was born as a baby, Alpha 1, and he grew up there. So, and it's getting messed up. And it's getting messed up by this guy. His name, Count Dragon. He is metal and a man. And he has a little scrappy crew of little metallic guys as well. And he's blowing up the planet. They're blowing up the planet. They're going to be enslaving the people. They're going to be making them mine the ground, releases toxic waste. So now the people are working and dying from the toxic waste. What is he doing with said materials? I don't know.
Something evil.
Something nefarious of nefarious purposes. So Count Dragon's there. And this is what Zed says about him. I hate him even more than I hate the Power Rangers. So this is his biggest op. This is going to be Zed's biggest op, Count Dragon. They have beef. They both go for the title of Supreme Evil, the evilest of all evil, whatever he calls himself. So basically, Alpha 5 finds this out, and she's like, oh my gosh, guys, my planet's getting blown up. Can you go help? The Power Rangers are like, of course. At this time, Kimberly is sick. So Kimberly does not go. The rest of the squad goes. And we'll get back to that later because it is important. So the squad goes. They immediately encounter these guys that are trying to beat them up, but they're human. They're like, hey, or like human-esque. Alien, but human-esque. Prince Dex. He's going to be the first guy we meet. And he's going to be the Masked Rider. And he's going to look like a beetle. And he tries to fight the Power Rangers. They have to defend themselves. And like, yo, like, we're literally here to help you. And he's like, oh, wait, did you say Alpha 5? Of course I know. Whatever. Like his grandfather was her creator, his creator. So they've got mind crystals. They can communicate telepathically and also like show videos from their brains on the walls, like a projector.
Yeah, naturally. I mean, that's the next Apple update.
Yeah, so that's iOS 310. Guys, look forward to it. So they're like, oh, cool, thank you. There's like a very brief like fight scene where they all fight together and they fight off like Count and Dragon's goons. But that's it. And then they leave. And then we do not hear about this place again.
Ever. No,
ever.
No, yeah.
Like
spoiler, yeah.
We don't see Prince Dex again. We don't see the Masked Rider again.
Don't see Count Dragon.
Do not see Count Dragon again. So what was the point?
It was this was like filler.
It was like 4 episodes.
Filler. Yeah, it was. You're like, oh my god, Masked Rider, like Dragon's gonna come. No, like they never hear from them again. Also, I don't know why they do this every time in Power Rangers though, but every time they go to a new planet, helmets off. Like
We
atmosphere
just
not
said we're
toxic.
mining the
Yeah,
toxic
like
waste.
it's so yeah. I was like, dude, why you? I don't know. Billy must have been like, oh my. It turns out their atmosphere is the exact same as Earth.
Yeah, he pops a little finger in the mouth of the little one of these.
Yeah. We're good. We're good, guys.
Guys, it's safe. Yeah, and just I think there's a lot to say here, but we're gonna leave it at that. We don't know why.
More, though. Wish there was more.
Maybe in the season 26.
Yeah, maybe in the reboot, the
back.
Power Rangers reboot will.
Yeah,
hear from Count Dragon.
Yeah. So, anyways, that happens in like the first 3 episodes. They help him, whatever. We're gonna go into Bulk and Skull's shenanigans in this season because they went bonkers, literally. So their first bit, they're trying to get laid. They're trying to get girls, and their plan is, we're gonna pretend to be the Power Rangers to get girls, because they hear these 2 girls and they're like, oh my god, like, who do you think the Power Rangers are? Like, they're probably so hot, like blah blah blah. And so they pretend like they know where the Power Rangers are gonna be, and they like drop the hints to these girls, like, we know they're gonna be at like this place. And they're like, so obviously the girls go, it's like this place in the woods,
like a random place in the woods.
I would never do. And as women, like, they shouldn't have just like gone to the woods, like meeting scary guys in the woods, whatever. And they meet these guys. It's obviously Bulk and Skull dressed in their versions of the Power Ranger outfits, and the girls are obviously not believing of the bit, so they don't get laid here. So because of that, they make a new plan, because they hear 2 more girls talking about how they love the Power Rangers because they love a man in uniform. And so they're like, and Skull says, I have an idea. No, not Skull. Bulk says that. And then he drags Skull to the police academy. And they become cops.
Dude, they're cops now. They were the high school. I don't know what. I guess you do not need any fucking sort of high school degree to be a cop. But
no, they're junior police officers. They go through basic training instead of school. And now they're writing your speeding tickets. And that's honestly, this is probably like the most accurate like trajectory of like the classic bully in high school that sucks, and then he does only age up to be
super nice, super man. Like a man for. Oh, I was gonna say like
redemption. Oh no, I was going no.
Oh, you only did redemption?
No, I was like trying to do like a bit like they deserve it.
Oh my god! Oh my, yeah! All your bullies, they hate their lives now. You're up top. You're up top.
Because we're nice.
Yeah, because we're
niceness prevails. Because we're kind.
Yeah, they were only just hot and sexy, right? They didn't have smarts like you did.
Yeah, gross. Being hot, being smart.
Ew. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, Bulk and Skull become cops. They're cops the whole season.
Yeah, this is pretty early. Yeah.
Yep. So that's like the very beginning. So then we get to another kind of series of episodes where we get a new villain joining the squad, joining the chaotic crew up on the moon. That's gonna be I think at this time. Oh, because the beginning of this episode, I have to shout out Lord Zed gets Rita a new little telescope for their anniversary, and she loves it. Thank you, Zeddy.
Zeddy!
Literally smooch. He's so glad you liked it. So they're obviously going to be our couple goals, like Tommy and Kimberly, Zed and Rita
up there,
right?
Oh, they love each other.
They love each other, literally obsessed. Talk about matching each other's energy. Am I right? So their couple goals. At the same time, something fucking crashes onto their planet, and it's this guy. This is Rita Repulsa. He is a skeleton. He has military garb. Half of it is camo. And obviously, because of his name, you're thinking, who could he be related to but Rita Repulsa? So this is Rita's brother.
Yeah, they do. Revolta. It's always
So not sure if this is like a parent, like half sibling situation, because I'm not sure.
What are you trying to say? I
just like, this it's drastic, the difference between, like, I'm never making that mistake, like, oh, are you guys related? I would never say that.
Fair enough.
So that's her brother. He comes in, he's like, hey, like, wanted to hang out, like, missed you, sis. And she's like, okay, lit. And then he's like really goofy, very like kind of dumb. He's like kind of the dumb blonde of the group. He's making silly mistakes. He's calling Zed Ed always to anger him. It's a lovely bit. And so their kind of plan is, okay, we're going to send down Rito and he's going to be the decoy. And we're going to kind of bring back like 4 or 5 of their like original monsters because they love to do that bit. And then they jump the Power Rangers. They jump them. They lead them into the forest. It's Rita Repulsa on the ground like this. And then all the monsters are hiding behind trees. And then they jump them. They jump Power Rangers. Power Rangers get jumped. So then they all grow. Oh, sorry. They all grow. Rito, and then they're like, oh god, we gotta call them Zords. So they bring out both Zords. It's actually a pretty epic fight. Also, look at this fan art.
That's pretty dope. Damn, look at that somebody really drew that. Like, man, that Rito fight really got me going.
They ate it up. And they ate it up.
They did good. No, of course. I can't draw that.
So basically, because of the fact that they're using so much of their power, their Zords are like overstimulated AF and they blow up. They jump out because they're like, oh no. And the Zords like literally explode and like parts of them just fall off. Like the head like comes off, the arms break off.
He cooked them. He cooked them.
He literally, and that's going to be the pure definition of the word of cooked.
That should, yeah. This should be the example.
You look it up in a dictionary, it's this fan art of
that
Rito.
photo right there.
It's this one right there. So yeah, their Zords are gone, and like with it, like a semblance of their powers. So they're like, we've lost our powers. Don't know how that's related, but they do lose their powers here. So of course, Zordon consults his nearest greatest power book.
His nearest, like, oh yeah.
He's like, all right, next on the list, we're gonna do Ninja Quest. Ninja Quest is the next 3 episodes. So they first get sent by Zordon to the Desert of Despair. This is on another planet. Don't know which one. It's in like a different galaxy. He says, you got to go to the Desert of Despair. Here's a map. So they go to the Desert of Despair. It's perilous. As you can see, Aisha is sinking in the quicksand and they have to yank her out. And it also is wailing the whole time. It's like, woo, like really scary noise. I'm like, I guess that's how
they're in despair. Name.
It's literally, they're in despair. So while that's happening, we find out that Rito has actually brought Zed and Rita a wedding gift, and that's going to be these eggs. All right. He plants these eggs on the moon. He says, wait for them to show up. It's gonna be a surprise. So these eggs hatch and we get the new putties of the season. And that is gonna be the Tango Warriors.
The Tango! The goat. That should be the goat warriors.
And if we thought the Zed's putties were into the bit, these guys can talk and they're into the bit. So as you can imagine, they're very dumb. But they have their own theme song, which I kind of liked. I thought that was pretty cool. I thought that was a pretty good addition. So
play it, or else Power Rangers are gonna come fucking beat us
can't
up.
Plagiarize. Can't play. Stay in school, kids. They'll be using.
Just make your own song. I could sing it, but I'll save you guys the ear bleeding.
It would be so similar that it would still pick it up for copyright. It would just basically be this.
Oh, thank you.
So yes, the Tango Warriors hatch and they're like, oh yeah, Tango Warriors supposed to be these powerful guys. They send them to where the Desert of Despair to kind of catch up with the Rangers and stop them because they're trying to get to what is known as the Lost Temple. Obviously, the Tango Warrior they fail in their mission. They get past them. They make it to the Lost Temple because they're looking for my man Ninjor. So this is him. He's very sassy. They like have to get him out of I think he's like in some type of vase, and he said, you have 5 seconds to tell me why I should be here. And they're like, we know Zordon. And he said, Zordon? I know a Zordon. Well, if you're with him, surely you guys must be of good character. I'm gonna give you some extra new powers.
New powers.
Giving you guys some new powers. Don't even worry about it. It's gonna be ninja powers, and you're gonna look dope.
New
And
costume.
This was his Edna mode moment, and they all showed up, and they got drip.
Also, the way you want to do Ninjor's accent.
No, you can do it. I think you should.
Okay, so Ninjor, right? He is a sassy ninja, but he has a very unique speech where it's very like Rangers, like, but that's just like how he talks. It's very like, you wanna fight me? Like, yeah. So it's very good. But imagine a more like 1950s voice.
1950s.
I think so. Like he's like, nah, see, but like,
is he?
Ranger? It's like a mixture of that. Like if you take both of those and like you merge, that's how I imagine it. I don't know. Look it up.
Okay.
You'll be like, okay, 1950s.
Where is Ninjor from?
Chicago.
So anyway, so they get these ninja powers and they look pretty cool. And then with that, they like get new animals and new Zords. So they're new animals and new Zords. So once again, shout out whoever this fan artist is. I was like, yeah, that's getting added. And I'm pinning that on my Pinterest board. So Aisha gets the bear Zord. Billy gets the wolf Zord. Rocky gets the ape Zord. Adam gets the frog Zord. Tommy gets the falcon Zord. Kimberly gets the crane Zord. Tell me, does that look like an ape?
Yeah, it's like yeah. I think
that's a man.
That's a whole person. It's actually just like a normal guy.
That's like actually a man in a uniform.
Yeah, it's like a samurai man. All he has is like the bamboo face. That's like the only real difference.
Which could just be an old man, really.
It could just be an older man.
This could be an old man. So, yeah. Judgment on the ape Zord. Doesn't look like an ape.
Yeah,
I would never guess that. If I had got a gun to my head and they gave me 3 guesses, I'm getting shot.
I'm dying in the first shot because I'm guessing man Zord.
Man
or animals. Man or animals.
Exactly. So yeah, I love the frog Zord. He's my favorite, not because I love Adam the most or anything like that. It's just because the frog Zord is so cute. It's so cute. You know.
Sorry,
I
wasn't a Power Ranger. I didn't have the pure soul.
You like the frog Zord.
Hey, I do like the frog. I did like the frog. I like the maybe the crane Zord. Yeah, crane Zord.
That's crazy.
Kimberly.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I would say that in front of me, in front of our guests. Not at the dinner table.
Talk about Adam.
Okay, anyway, so they get the new Zord. Here's the Mega Zord. I could only find a good toy picture. Sorry, the clips were not great. But he's pretty dripped out. Honestly, he's got the wings. He's got a cool little headpiece. I enjoy the Mega Zord here. The Ninja Mega Zord. She's pretty cool. I'd give her an 8 out of 10. Alexander, thoughts?
I like it. The bear obviously like doesn't do anything. Like it's just the chest, and they're like, what
well, maybe like, one of like the bear's butt is important. We just don't know where it is. Maybe it's the mouth.
Why would the bear's butt be the mouth? The mouth is clearly the Falcon Zord because the Falcon Zord's the head. Excuse me, the Falcon Zord's the head. Like they definitely should.
Listen, you don't know for sure. You don't know how you don't know how they mash in.
They should make like the bear like the hands or something like putting those paws on you.
Well, no, because the wolf Zord and the ape Zord are the hands.
Well, the wolf Zord and the ape Zord could have been just the arms. And then the bear Zord could have been like 2 big old boxing gloves. So the bear splits in half. You grab it, and then it's butt and face when he punches you. Put me in the time capsule.
Saban, you guys.
Back. Yeah, I'm going back in time. That's why you asked.
Hire this man.
No,
I'm kidding.
I do like the wings. I like the color palette. We'll say a solid. Yeah, another. Actually, I'll say this like a 9 out of 10. Personally, okay. Like I would if they're like, hey, this is your Megazord to pilot and save the world, I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
No, bring me a different one.
Yeah, no, this one looks
this one looks dumb. No, Alpha, I hate it.
Yeah, Alpha, you fucking suck. Oh, excuse my language.
Oop, sailor mouth. Okay, and Ninjor also is going to be helping. So they can call upon him. Sometimes they call upon him just in a normal battle, but it's usually when they're big, having a little trouble. Ninjor comes in. He hands a little, lends an extra helping hand. He also flies it on a cloud, which is really cute.
Nimbus.
Here's kind of the blueprint. So he has his original form, which is just him big, and then he has this converted, more powerful samurai form, which is the one in the bottom. So he kind of like, sometimes he's like, oh, I need to lock in, and then he turns into the bottom one. And then he is kind of the go. He's fun, he's funny, he's sassy, he's powerful, he's hot. Like, what else?
He's like a god, but like not.
Like he's literally been like alive for a millennia. So he knows stuff. He's wise.
Earth.
No, he was in the desert of despair.
He was on.
You forgot the desert of despair. Yeah. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so we're gonna get into a couple of villain bits that I really enjoyed this season, because just kind of the combination of personalities between, Rita and Zed, and now Goldar and Rito, because Goldar obviously is gonna hate on Rito because he's like, I'm a good second in command, and this guy's a bumbling fool. He's like, when you like go to work and you like work really hard and you're a really good employee, but like you are getting the same credit as like someone that's really not doing anything. And you're like, wait a minute, how are we doing the same job?
Right, yeah, because he's the manager's nephew.
Exactly. He's actually Alexander. He's a nepo baby.
Yeah, it's literally a nepo baby. How does this guy make the team, dude? His dad's the coach. What do you mean?
Oh my god, his sister's literally the queen, bro. Like, she's married to Lord Zed. Like, that's Lord Zed's brother-in-law.
Yes, that's how he's on the team. Exactly. That's why he's on the team.
That's what Babu and Squad are saying. They're like, oh my gosh, like he would never, Lord Zed would have never let this happen if he wasn't family. Yeah. So anyways, getting back into it, they're doing some fun bits. The best bit that I liked really a lot is, this is number 1 for the season. So Rita goes and he talks to Finster, and Finster like kind of like tells him that, Rita had made this love potion and used it on Zed, like spills the beans. And Rita's like, no, don't worry, I'll keep it a secret. Steals the love potion immediately. He goes spraying. He goes spritzing around town. Kimberly gets hit with it, and she sees Skull, heart eye emojis. And I don't know if you guys recall this, season 1, they had a little moment.
They did, when she was a
bad girl, and he's had a crush on her ever since. And they've been giving us tiny scraps of that, just enough for us to like be like, no, it's like, we're thinking on this. He like still has a crush, still had a crush.
Can happen.
Yeah. And then she falls in love with him in this episode, and he's head over heels. He's so happy. He's loving it. Some other people that get hit with it, Bulk gets hit with it, and he like falls in love with Aisha, and Aisha's like, and then they have a lieutenant that kind of follows them throughout the season, Lieutenant Stone. He gets hit with it, falls in love with their teacher. And really that's it. But like the funny part is Kimberly and Skull, and obviously like Tommy and her are dating. So Tommy's like, they're the police guys are doing a police ball. So she was gonna go with Tommy. Like, she asked to go with Tommy, and then she was like, actually, I'm going with Skull.
Yeah.
And he's like, what?
As she should. I mean, Tommy's the goat, but Skull's like, he's been there.
And he has a career.
And he has a career now, exactly.
So he can provide for the family. So anyways, this is all going on. Goldar finds out, he's snitching. He's also making Finster develop an antidote, right? Because he finds out, oh my gosh, she tricked him. That's what it is. He doesn't really like her, which Goldar is a Rita hater at this point.
Naturally.
So he goes and tells Finster, create an antidote, and then check to see if it works. So basically he goes on Earth, and then everyone gets sprayed with the antidote, and they're fine. But then he goes and says, spray that on Lord Zed. Immediately, he says, my lord, she's been tricking you. Spritz, spritz. And he's like, what are you talking about? You can't see very well. I'm so sorry. Zed replies with, this little, already sprayed, this little witch is the best thing that's ever happened to me.
True love.
He's in love. He literally loves her.
He loves her.
Maybe old Ed really does love Rita. And that's honestly what it's all about, folks.
Yeah, it was actually a very good, because naturally you're like, no, they're getting rid of Rita again. Damn, like she just came back. No,
They're in love. And then he says, Goldar, say sorry. And he forces Goldar to say sorry. It's really funny. So everyone gets turned back to normal. They go to the dance, and Tommy and Kimberly are dancing, and Skull is really looking sad in the corner because honestly,
Kimberly's back to normal now.
Yeah, she broke his little heart again. So she goes over. She's like, "Oh, I feel bad." So she goes over.
Drip. Look at the drip. He jumps in the ball in, man. Look at that.
Your police ball. And she let him go. The one that got away. Anyway, so she goes over and she's like, says some bullshit like, "Oh, I'm sorry how I treated you, but like, isn't it better that we're friends?" And he said, "Okay."
Yeah. He got friends on.
trying to save face. And then, but she is nice, and she does a little dance with him.
Look at the fits.
Like this could have been on level with Lord Zed and Rita.
Yeah.
In terms of couple goals. Like, I will be looking up on AO3 Skull Kimberly fanfiction.
Oh no.
Bad boy, good girl. It's
enemies
the original tropes. Literally enemies to lovers. They were the blueprint. Anyway, I digress. There's another bit they do that's really funny. As this is going to be the Christmas episode, Santa is canon in his Elder canon.
Oh, yeah.
Santa's canon, and so he is, trying to prep for Christmas. He's making his little toys, and so Zed is like, okay, I've developed this toy that will basically hypnotize the children of the world, and then they will be my slaves. His words, not mine. And then he's like, oh, I need to bake a bunch of them because he only has one. So he gives it to Rito, and he says, go to the North Pole, kidnap Santa, and make the elves make all these toys. And the way that okay, we have 10 minutes and then we have to pause and go.
Sounds good. 10 minutes and that little pause break.
So
also real quick,
yes,
we did. I forgot to talk about. So Rito, if you're trying to imagine what Rito sounds like, think of very similar aspect of like Jake the dog Bender type of speech pattern. Like he'll be like, Rito, go capture Santa Claus and make sure he comes back here alive. He's like, you got it, Ed. and then he goes and like does it. So when you're thinking of Rito and how he talks, think of it like that. Think of like trucker dad vibe.
Yeah, honestly, like sign this man up for imitation talent.
Come with a monitor and see if it's a clip of Rito
talent. I know talent's watching this. Talent requisition. Get this man.
Get me on. Dude, I would love to voice over any show. If you got a show that needs voiceover work, send the script to me.
Here's your dub king right here. Anyway, so they're in the North Pole. Rito's in the North Pole.
He's a goober.
He ties up Santa and he's like, all right, elves, to get to work, and they're kind of like F you, but like they're still doing it. So this is him being a bully. And then so obviously Zordon's like, you gotta go save Santa. So they travel to the North Pole. Here's them at the North Pole. And for some reason the North Pole nullifies all powers. So they cannot morph in the North Pole. And Rito also is weaker, like because he doesn't have his powers. So you're going to ask yourself, now, how did they fight? When they came together to do the little fight, it was a snowball fight.
Naturally.
So
they
just pelt him with snowballs and they give up and they run away. And Bulk and Skull are there at the end. Bulk is doing some volunteer work. He's dressed as Santa, and Skull is a reindeer, and they are doing pictures with the kids. So that's the Christmas episode.
Yeah.
Pretty iconic. Okay, we're back into the plot now. Welcome in Catherine the cat. So this is a cat, very cute cat. Aisha at this time is working at an animal shelter. Her and Kimberly, if you recall, living together because Kimberly's parents are divorced and her mom moved to France. So Kimberly's living with Aisha. Yeah, with her new boyfriend. So Kimberly's living with Aisha. They find this cat. They're like, oh my God, this stray cat. They make sure it doesn't have an owner. So they take it to their house, and they're taking care of this cat in the interim. We quickly find out this cat is a person. It's a human being. She's Australian.
Naturally.
And her name's Catherine.
All
Catherine
cats
Cat.
in Australia are people.
Yeah, actually, that's a little known fact is
Yeah.
that the Australian people
The
have
normal
two
thing.
forms.
The
They have
normal thing.
they have two forms. One is animal. So she kind of comes in. She's playing the new girl. She's nice. She befriends the friend group. They all like her. She's like, but we quickly find out that she's actually up to some nefarious deeds. So she's she's with Rita. That's her empress.
Rita's the one that put the mind control, or is like her leader.
Yeah, so that was a little bit of a spoil because I was gonna do a reveal there.
Okay, I thought my bad. No, I'm bad because we already talked about Catherine and we're like, why?
I didn't say that she was mind controlled though, because remember they tried to lead us to believe that she was kind of just evil, like naturally, like that she just wanted to do it. So she works her way into the friend group with this like kind of plan to break them up. She like immediately kind of puts eyes on Tommy and is like, yeah, I like also want a piece of that cake. So she kind of tricks him into driving her home, and then Zed like teleports them into a black hole, which then causes Tommy to lose consciousness. And then they like beam him to the moon palace in the car. And then Goldar, taunts him for an enormously long amount of time, like he always does, because he likes to waste time. And all the while the Power Rangers trying to figure out how to get him back. And then they end up like using their power from their bodies to teleport him back.
Yeah, naturally.
Yeah. Which is, I mean, that's how the story goes every time. And it's an age-old tale.
Yeah. No, yeah. The power of friendship will always prevail.
Yeah. So they're like, darn. Catherine also has this other scary form that she can kind of turn into a monster. They turn her into this once, she grows, and then they cook her in the Zords. And so she goes back to being her cat and human self. She is then sent on her next mission, which is they want to basically capture the Falcon Zord, because if they don't have the Falcon Zord, they can't make the Ninja Megazord for some reason. Like they absolutely need the Falcon Zord piece. So she somehow infiltrates the Falcon Zord like while Tommy is in it in a fight and just yeets him out. And then they steal the Falcon Zord.
Naturally, yes.
But he doesn't remember that she's there, I guess. Somehow he like doesn't see her because she's behind him. So then there's Zed with the Falcon. That's the Falcon Zord. He puts it in a cage. And then kind of Catherine's next thing is she goes to the lake with them. Is like, I don't like swimming. It's supposed to be funny because she's like a cat. And cats don't like water, but whatever. So she like sits on the side and reads her book. And then she goes and she steals Kimberly's power coin. Steals it. And at this point, their power coins are like linked to their life because of what they did to bring Tommy back. So Kimberly immediately is down bad. She's fainting. She's losing her power. She's like, oh, I'm so tired. She's fainting. So kind of, we're kind of at a precarious spot here. So then Kimberly's goes downhill pretty fast. And they somehow kidnap her. Like very easily, maybe because she's weak and they leave her alone, like, which I don't know why they would do, but yeah. So Zed kidnaps her and he puts her on this table, and the Moon Palace is like sucking the rest of her life energy out, and which is crazy. Don't know. I don't even.
These photos always.
So he calls up the Power Rangers. He hags into their viewing globe, like Alpha's literally like, oh my god, I don't know how he got in. He FaceTimes in and he's like, yo, I have your girl. And I'm doing things to her. And if you want me to stop doing things to her, you're gonna pilot these Zords I have. Fun fact, Zed has some Zords. He has obtained some Zords. And he said, but only the Power Rangers can pilot them. So he's like, you guys are gonna pilot these Zords and you're gonna do whatever I want, or else I'm gonna kill her. But let me tell you how he enters, because at first he says, let me into the command center so I can tell you my deal. He shows up in throne.
Yeah.
There's smoke. There's fire. Isn't anyone going to ask me how my trip was? They're pissed. They're pissed. They've never been so gobsmacked in their lives. So then he delivers that deal. He's like, obviously you guys are going to be my little crew. So let's do it. They obviously are like, no, we can't do that. So then they send Tommy by himself, which I guess he can enter because he's been there before. I think that's the bit they play. So he can enter. He's gonna go save Kimberly and try to get her in and out as fast as possible. The others are like responsible for distracting them by like fighting in their original Zords. So Tommy sneaks in and Zed immediately knows he's there. He finds him, verbally is roasting him as they're kind of like doing their dual stare off, talking about, are those hi-yahs really necessary? Which is like that he called him out. And so they fight, and honestly, like, Tommy should have been cooked here. This is literally Lord Zed, but he uses Saba, the sword, to kind of like hit Zed's staff, which breaks it, but like turns it back into its snake form, so he like can't fight him without the staff, I guess.
Yeah, well, yeah, you know. Oh my god.
He goes and pulls her off the table. It's been hours at this point, so surely she has like a drip of blood left anyways. Oh, okay, so that's the next one. So we should probably wait because
we're gonna do a little, so there's gonna be a slight cut.
All right, and we're back. Sorry for the quick break. But anyway, so Tommy saves the day, brings Kimberly home. But she's still messed up at this point. Zordon has to like, be using his body powers again to like keep her alive. We get some new Zords again.
More Zords.
Because these are gonna be the Zeds that, oh my gosh, the Zords that Zed had, which are the ancient Zords or the Shogun Zords. Obviously, once they basically get in them because they're supposed to be the ones that are able to pilot them, even though they're under Zed's control. And then Billy just hacks them. He just hacks into the mainframe. Like, he's just like, oh, and I just got to get past the firewall. I'm in.
Classic.
So these are their new Zords.
Oh,
yeah. And they're there. And there they are. And they're pretty cool. I like them. I thought they were like really new looking. Like, they didn't really look like the previous stuff. They all run in a line together, which is kind of fun. Yeah. This is what the Megazord looks like.
Yeah, that one.
She's a big cool. Girl. Yeah, she's a big girl.
That's a chunky.
Those are some big boots. She's wearing some big old boots on her. I think the helmet's really cool.
The helmet's cool. Everything else is so blocky. Like, as a toy, like that, it's not even mobile. Like, nah. The other one's way better.
That would have, yeah. If you threw that as a toy at someone, they're getting a black eye.
Especially if they landed with the helmet.
Yeah, they're getting a black eye, and you're grounded for sure.
Yeah.
So
6 out of 10. What are you rating it?
I'll give it a 7.5.
I don't know if I believe that. Ooh, you might be paid under the table.
Yeah, I'm actually being sponsored by the Shogun Megazord, so I have support. Okay, so these are their new Zords, whatever. There's no pink Zord because Kimberly's sick. Can't have one. She's out. Okay. So we get to another series of episodes here. In the beginning, Kimberly's doing a lot of her gymnastics. That's her sport, that's her vibe. This guy, he's Swedish, finds her. I found the creepiest picture of him possible. I apologize. Like, he's actually he's a nice guy.
A nice, supportive guy.
Yeah. He's like kind of like a gymnastics trainer, like a legend. He sees her. He's like, oh my gosh, like, who's training you? Yeah. He says, who's training you? She says, no one. It's just little old me. He's like, I will be your trainer. He's training her for what's called like the Pan Gold Olympics or something. Pan Global, which is akin to the Olympics. He thinks that she's a star. He said, I can take you to Hollywood, darling. I'll make you a star. Anyway, so he says he'll train her, but he's like,
what was that?
You didn't like it? I actually thought
it was good, but like that was so deeply in you. You really went into character.
So he basically tells her she needs to eat, sleep, drink, gymnastics. Like, can't be messing around, can't be doing other stuff. So he starts putting her through the ringer. At this time, Catherine's still being her devious self. But we kind of get this lore, right? Of now we see her, but she has just moved there. Rita clocks her and puts her under a spell. Said, you're mine now. Welcome to Angel Grove. so she's like, while she's doing her bad nefarious deeds, she's like having these flashbacks of like being a good person. And it's like, it'll be like a flashback of her like volunteering with children. And then like another flashback of her like holding a door open for an old person. She's like, wait a minute, was I good? Was I a good girl? So that's happening. She's also like egging, but because she's like still evil-ish, like she's egging Kimberly on to like the plan that Rita devolves is like, oh, if she works out so hard, like she'll fall and hurt herself. So that's her goal. Like actually that she would fall and die, but
break her neck.
they don't
$1
say
million
that.
baby B.
Yeah, so she's practicing into the night. She gets so tired. Catherine at the last minute turns good. She's like, oh, I have to stop her. She bangs on the door, but it's too late. Kimberly's already fallen off the freaking beam. But she's fine. Like realistically, I think she has like a light concussion. Anyway, she's in the hospital.
Floor, like you felt like on the mats, like nothing. She
it's
didn't
like
hit
it's
anything
really not that
hard.
high up.
Yeah,
she wasn't even doing a flip.
Yeah, it's like a
and I'll
normal,
be honest, she wasn't even doing anything fun, like
yeah.
cool.
Like I've seen worse videos on Rob Dyrdek's ridiculousness on MTV at 7 p.m. Eastern Central Time.
Yeah,
and every other time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, whatever. When she's in the hospital, because of course Catherine's the one to find her, she's like, she brings her there and she like confesses immediately. She's like, guys, I'm so sorry. I'm a good person. I'm not bad. And they're like, oh, you know, a little something about Rita's spells, right, Tommy? And Tommy's like, how dare you bring up the darkest time in my life? The things that Rita made me do, and you guys laugh at it.
Dude, she had this training in like that dimension, waiting.
Like he was just sitting, waiting for her call for days. No food, no drink. But yeah, so they forgive her fairly immediately. They're like, don't worry, like you're good now, like we'll protect you, blah blah blah. So now she's part of the squad. Yay. Oh, sorry. That was a bit of a spoiler there. Anyways, so at this time, obviously Rita and Zed still have Kimberly's power coin. So to make up for all of this, she basically is like, well, and also Rita and Zed want their revenge on Catherine. So they're trying to like volley for them to hand over Catherine for the power coin. And she's like, guys, like do it. Like I feel bad. Like I'll be the sacrifice. Please. I'll get, you'll get the coin. Let's get the coin. Sorry, a little Scooby-Doo reference there. So they go to like the park and they're supposed to trade, and of course like Rita and Zed like don't actually put the coin in the thing, so like, okay, we're not actually going to give you Catherine, like you're cheating, and they're like, darn it. So Catherine still gets kidnapped. She, they get the Tangas come in, they snatch her up. So they lock her up in a cell. Rito's like her kind of jail keeper. The way that she then escapes herself, because she's an independent queen, she massages Rito, and she's like, just take a chill pill. You worked so hard. And then he has like the key on his waist, and she goes, blink, steals the key, escapes, finds Kimberly's power coin, yoinks that at the same time, and brings it back. She's like, here you go. And they're like, and they invite her to the command center. They show her Zordon, and she's like, wow, this is crazy. And Zordon's like, good job, Catherine. You're a good girl. And we find out then that even though she has sustained an injury that has put her in the hospital, Kimberly has been invited to the Pan Global Olympics.
Yeah, she made it. Yeah.
So the trainer's like, we going? Because it involves her moving. She has to move to Florida. And so she's like, kind of like, oh, I don't know. I have a duty as a ranger, and everyone's like, go.
Yeah, you're fine, Kimberly. You can leave.
Oh, yeah. Zordon's like, I mean, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. He's a supportive dad. He's a supportive dad about it. She's like, okay. And then she said, I know who I should get to replace me. This girl right here. Catherine is our new Pink Ranger. And she brings a little something new to the team, and it's not being annoying and liking shopping.
She brings an accent.
Yeah, and she's exotic.
And she's Australian, dude.
Yeah, so Kimberly leaves. Kind of crazy that we get to this point where obviously like Billy is only the sole surviving original character.
The original guy, Billy.
Kind of Alexander, like what would you say your experience has been like devolving? Like, because you were a Billy hater.
Yeah, so I will say season 3 Billy is they got rid of the overly nerd talk, him building random machines that just don't make sense. Like he's broed out in a sense. Like
I feel like he definitely still has the nerd talk.
Okay, let's calm down. Let's calm down. They know what I mean when I say they toned it back. Okay, they know what I mean. Like I'm not like every word that came out of his mouth just had to be a part of a thesaurus. Like now he talks normally, but he's still super smart. He's more of a Donatello for my Ninja Turtle fans out there. He's a Donatello. Like yes, he's smart, but he's one of the bros. And you're like, oh, he's likable. Before he was so annoying. Calm down.
He was too smart. Okay,
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah, he was scaring the whole.
He needs to have a good personality.
He was scaring the girls away. Oh, in a way.
Dude, you are scaring the host.
Oh, I didn't know I could say that.
You said it.
Yeah, but then I tried to quickly act like I didn't say it, and then you said it. So now I'm in the clear. Now
we're trying our best. Okay, well. Anyways, so Catherine becomes our new Pink Ranger. We're gonna dive into some monster superlatives here before I finish out, because one of basically the final kind of 4 to 6 episodes is one of the superlatives is kind of involved here. So my first one, best accent goes to Krabby Cabby, and he's gonna be a taxi cab that Bulk, Skull, and Kimberly are inside of when it gets turned into Krabby Cabby. And he's a very strong New York accent. He's pissed
all the time,
as all New Yorkers are. And I know the squad has to chase after them on their new cycles, their shark cycles.
Naturally, the one time we see the shark cycles, I think.
Yeah. But they are cool. I do like them. I think they kind of slay.
Dude, they needed to sell the toys, man. I love it. I always come from a standpoint whenever I watch Power Rangers, because I never got toys really. I'm like, damn, like they were really like, dude, Power Rangers, Dark Cycles is ragging in that money. I would have been like, mommy, can I get the white one?
Yeah, I've watched the Christmas episode. I know that Santa's real and the Power Rangers helped him. Yes. So I'm obviously asking Santa for some Shark Cycle. Yeah, actually, when I was younger, there is a video of me, Josh, my older brother, who introduced me to Power Rangers. He got a huge Red Ranger toy, and I had gotten dollies and a little cradle for the dollies because I was a girl. Really? I took the doll out of the cradle, put it on the ground, went and took the Power Ranger, and I put him in the cradle.
Sounds like an episode.
And that's how you guys know I'm an original fan.
There you go. Yeah.
No, I'm not bandwagon.
In like her blood.
This is meaningful. I was an OG since day one. Anyway, so yeah. Krabby Cabby. Loved him.
Oh my
god. Repellitor. This is actually the villain from those first few episodes where the squad is on Edenoi, because like I told you guys, if you remember, I said this was important, that Kimberly was sick. She was homesick. She had the flu. She was sneezing. She was coughing, otherwise being gross. They send down Repellitor. His whole bit is that he's gross. Kimberly has to fight flu. She has COVID and she's literally fighting, but she's wearing a mask, so it's okay. So she fights Repellitor. She is sneezing on him during the fight, and he turns out he's a germaphobe. And he gets really upset. He gets really upset that she's sneezing on him. He's like, oh my god, stop sneezing, you're gonna get me sick. She does. She passes on her illness to him. He gets so sick he has to go to Finster. Finster whips out this huge syringe. He's like, all right, I'm gonna shoot you up with the medicine. And he said, do you have anything else I can take? And he's like, oh yeah, no, I have these oral tablets actually. So he gives him the little oral tablets. He said, but nothing, he says, like, this will make you feel better, but the best way to heal is to rest. Which is true. But he goes right back to work.
Finster cares.
He's a good doctor. But yeah, I just thought it was kind of funny. He was pretty gross, and I just thought it was like hilarious that his caveat was that he was also a germaphobe. Kind of iconic of him. Oh my gosh, the face stealer. Okay, so this episode involves some bits. The kids are at a museum. There's a vase, there are these masks. The vase holds the face stealer. He's some ancient creature that, of course, was defeated hundreds of years ago by teenagers like yourself, ancient warriors. They trapped him in the vase. Rita and Zed hear that. They're like, all right, go get it. Go let him out. Babu and Squad. We haven't seen much of them. We have not seen much of them. They come back, and of course, they're gonna do a hit. They break into the museum, and they're like trying to be sneaky, and like these kids come around a corner, so they pretend to be like museum exhibit pieces, and the kids are just flaming them. Like, oh my gosh, they got the ugliest specimens. Like for this, like they're disgusting. Flaming them, and they can't do anything about it. So that happens. They end up stealing the face stealer and they let him go. This is what he looks like.
Oh yeah.
And this is what he looks like. And what's he do? He steals faces. Look at that and tell me that is not terrifying.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Yeah.
He hits Aisha and Adam, obviously. He also hits Bulk and Skull. Same thing happens to them. They have to figure out how to fight him. And of course, those are the masks. They're like, oh, if we wear the masks, then his face stealing won't work. So they do their fight with the masks on and they beat him.
Yeah, no, that I keep looking like that's just an interesting tongue.
Like on the ground, just licking the ground. Okay, then we get to, this is where I'm going to talk about the last few episodes.
Oh yeah, true.
We're going to talk about the extreme goat here, but let me give you kind of just some background. So a casual day in Angel Grove, there's a rumbling, electricity goes off. They're like, what's going on? They teleport. Alpha's offline. The lights are off. Zordon gone. What happened? There was a disturbance in the force. Someone enters the Moon Palace. Come down. Zed's pissed. He's like, okay, I didn't send out any RSVPs for anything.
Nope, yeah.
No events today. I checked my calendar. Who is it? It's Rita's father, Faja. It is her papito.
Nobody looks like each other in this family.
Exactly. And that's exactly what does the mother look like? We would never be able to guess. This is her father, Master Vile. Master Vile, who is, by the way, millennias older than Zed. Millennias. We're cooked.
We're done.
Surely we're cooked.
He has experience.
And this man has sired, you can just tell, he's sired hundreds of children. Rita and Rito, Vito, Tito, Mito, Rita, Mita. He starts at A, he goes through Z. He's at R, so you can imagine how many kids he has if they were the last ones. Anyway, so Master Vile comes down. It's Rita's father. She's roasting. He's immediately roasting Zed. He's like, so seems like you've been doing a lot of nothing since you've been down here. I'm gonna help you out. Oh yeah, there's some really, really insane fan art of him. So I included a couple of those that I found. He looks like a crazier version of Thanos. This is his spaceship.
Dude, I'm telling you, dude, like, never expect what the next line is, the next photo is the most, like, yeah, and then Power Rangers is the biggest, like, you just go with it. Like, oh, yeah, that's his spaceship. I don't care how the inner workings, like, how does it fly? That is his spaceship.
Why does it have earrings?
Doesn't matter.
We don't care. It's just cool. Actually, me and Alexander don't even have this part of the conversation. We just go, I don't really like it.
Yeah.
Or that's pretty cool.
Okay. Okay.
Like, or I wish this, the stone in the middle was red and not orange.
Exactly. Yeah.
We don't even question it.
Why is his mouth open?
Well, yeah. So that's his spaceship. He comes around. He's roasting Zed. He's like, you haven't even done anything. What have you been doing? And at this point, which I forgot to mention, so sorry, Ninjor is also kidnapped.
Yeah.
At one point, at the same time that they kidnapped the Falcon Zord, they kidnapped Ninjor. They put him in a little glass
vase again. Yeah.
Right. So Rito is like, Dad, we are doing stuff. We have Ninjor. We captured him. He's walking over to show his dad, trips, falls, breaks it. Ninjor escapes. That's how he escapes.
Yeah, by Rito being a klutz.
By the banana peel that Goldar put under his foot, which I wish was canon, but it's not.
It's not.
So, yeah, that's how Ninjor escapes. And obviously Master Vile peeps that, and he's like, okay, so you guys are hopeless. So I'm going to have to take the helm here. So he goes and he makes his own monster, Globber. This is Globber. He's made out of like some ooze that he found on the ground. And his power, he can like suck the power out of things, and like absorb it into his own. So he immediately goes and finds Ninjor, who has not made it that far, and starts sucking the power out of him, and kidnaps him again, by the way. So he sucks the power out of him, and then they still kidnap him to further continue sucking the power out of him. At the same time, we kind of discover Master Vile's plan, which is that he is looking for the Zeo Crystal. This is the first time we're hearing about the Zeo Crystal. What's that?
What is a Zeo Crystal?
Slay, what's that? And so then we, you know, Zed's kind of just devolving some lore here too. Rita's like, look what that crystal did to Zed's face. We're like, oh, so that's how he got his messed up face and body, by the way. So this is the Zeo Crystal. It's going to be in the caves below the Moon Palace. That's actually kind of why Zed set up shop there. But the actual crystal has a force field that was placed upon it, of course, many a year ago. And that force field is a force field of good. So no one that is not true of heart, they cannot penetrate it. And so Zed tried to penetrate it, and it messed him up. It messed up his face
all
and his
his
body.
Skin off.
Put tubes in and exposed his brain. So he's I
would not touch it.
He said, Poppy-in-law, that force field is no joke. Like, I wouldn't mess with it. Like, what is your plan? Like, that's why we haven't been messing with it. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. At the same time, Power Rangers, they're getting cooked by Master Vile because he beefs up the Tangas. He makes them more powerful. So they're like beating on the Power Rangers. Like, we're beating these guys like yesterday. How is it possible? So they themselves get an upgrade, which is the metallic suits. And it's really hard to tell, but they are bedazzled versions of their regular.
Lame. It's no offense. Yeah. It's lame. It's just like, yeah. Like
this was like really
like a genuine new suit. Like I was like maybe it's gonna be armor, like that. Oh, that's gonna be dope metallic suits, and then yeah, it's literally just slightly shiny twilight in the sun. Like
I'm a vampire.
Yeah, it's lame. I hate it. Like a 1 out of 10. Like it's not even.
Yeah, this is literally. So this is Tommy saying, as if you could outrun me, as if you could fight me off. Yeah. Like he's literally Edward Cullen now.
He's so lame.
Yeah, so whatever. These like have more defense in them. They use it to like beat on the Tangos, whatever. They're lame. Anyways, back to the story. So Master Vile's like, you idiot. I have a plan. So they don't exactly know the plan at this point. Power Rangers are like, ooh, we gotta figure it out. They know that he wants the Zeo Crystal. They're like, Zordon, what's that? And he's like, oh yeah, if he gets that, we're toast. We're toast. You got to make sure he doesn't get that. He cannot have that. And they're like, okay, well, I guess we'll go and we'll get it and we'll destroy it so he can't use it. And they're like, dope. Great plan. Who can go? Only Tommy and Catherine. So their plan is that Catherine's going to pretend that she is evil again. She's like, away, like I can help you guys. Like I want to be evil. I've changed my mind. You know, this place really grew on me when I was a cat and you were holding me hostage. Let me be part of the team. So they're kind of suspicious, you know, Rita and Zed, they're like, really, if you want to be evil, then prove it. And they put her on this machine that Finster built, which turns people that had once been evil back to being evil. And plot twist, it's irreversible.
Yeah.
Intentionally. So that no act of good could break the spell like it did originally for her. So she has to step on this and hope that Tommy is fast enough to get the crystal and then get her out. She's like, all right. And of course, it's a slowly thing that moves up from her feet all the way to the top. There's a very like comedic scale on the side that's like nice, mean, very mean, downright evil. hell. Like, I don't know, So anyway, so she's waiting on there. Tommy goes down. He gets to the crystal. Kind of as he's going through here, he's getting visions of friends, family, enemies, like trying to distract him, trying to make it seem like he can't get the crystal. He has to go through kind of like a montage of like his mental. Once again, they like just like kind of like showing like Tommy's like flashbacks. So as he grips onto the crystal, it's like playing all the times he's evil. And of course, it shows the iconic scene where he kicks the Power Rangers out of Megazord.
Yeah,
and it's like ripping up the command center, and and then it's like, but then it turns into when he's good and he's helping and he's being a good guy, and then so that's when he's like,
yeah, I like that,
and they get it. So he gets it
good.
out.
Yeah, because like that's why I really did like that part of the episode where it was like Tommy's like, wait, I used to be evil. It says like if you have an ounce of evil in you, like it will destroy you. If you have an ounce of like a smidge of evil, it's how me like be like, technically I don't know. No, it was so it felt really impactful.
It was a coming of age moment for him too, you know, to lose that last shred of self-doubt. So yeah, he gets the crystal, he comes back upstairs, he like Zed tries to zap him, but he like uses the crystal to deflect it. He yoinks Catherine off the thing and they just teleport out. They just leave. I'll say also they take the Falcon Zord at the same time.
And they take the Falcon Zord.
And they're like, we'll grab that too. So I mean, Rita and Zed are pissed, which I mean they just kind of stood there, if we're being honest. So anyways, they kind of get out. They escape. They go back. Now they have their Zord plus the Shogun Zord. Ninjor is still kidnapped, so they're fighting Globber Giant, and Globber has absorbed enough of Ninjor's powers to kind of like morph into the like bit, like obviously pieces him look like Ninjor, so he's more powerful, and it's relatively okay because of the fact that they have the two Zords. Like originally when they just had the one Zord, they're like, oh, he might kill us. But then, Tommy and Catherine get back. They're like, we can use the other Zord. So then they're cooking him. They're cooking him. And then they see that Ninjor is like off on just on top of a building, like in chains. And like every time they hit Globber, it's hitting Ninjor. And he's like, they're like, what's happening? It seems like when Globber is hurt, so is Ninjor. And like obviously Master Vile has to spell it out for him. Yeah, I connected them so you couldn't do this.
He's so smart, man. He's really like, it's we really like this that part of his character.
I was like, okay, so he's millennia year old, he's smart, he has it down.
His plan was working.
Yeah, his plan was working. And so they get defeated to the point where Master Vile is able to steal the Zeo crystal from them. And he uses it to like cause an eclipse, which makes Globber even more powerful. And at the same time, we'll just put all these up. He sends their Zords to another planet with the Zeo crystal inside. He shoots them off to another planet and rusts them. That's the picture in the bottom quarter. Then, as the Power Rangers are like down bad, he goes and finds Vulcan Skull at Ernie's new outdoor shop that he's got going on. And he says, hey, tell every human I'm throwing a party, the end of the world party, and you guys all have to come. And they're like, literally look at him. Like I would be peeing my pants if I saw that in real life. I'd be like, okay.
Yeah.
So he throws the end of the world party. The humans are obviously working it. They're catering. They're going to be the bartenders. They're going to be playing piano. They're serving, all the monsters are in there. And then a lot of them are just being like forced to dance. Like Bulk and Skull are like being forced to dance the whole time. And they're like, he's going to make us dance till we drop. Whatever. That's kind of his bit. Eclipse is still happening, making several announcements, having a good time. So what did the Power Rangers do? But we got to go get our Zords. So they travel to the distant planet. Once again, I think these are all separate planets. So they get to the other planet, they break into their Zords. There's like a secret door that Billy's like, of course you didn't know about the secret hatch on the foot. Just go in right here. They get in, they find the Zeo crystal. They have to use the Zeo crystal to like reactivate their Zords. And it's like they're like, come on guys. Like it's very, very dramatic. Like they like fail the first time, they have to do it again. They're like, lock it. And then it ends up working. So then they get their boy.
Yeah,
they get back. That boy. They get that boy, Ninjor. Don't ask me how. I just remember they get him. And he fights with them. So they're all in their mode. They have the 2 Zords. They got Ninjor. They're like, oh yeah, we're killing it. But little did they know that when their Zords were, before they were yeeted off to space, Globber had sucked up some of their energy. Turns into this guy. This is his 3rd form, which is even more powerful because now he has some of the Zords powers. Now they're fighting him. Whatever. Still doesn't match the power of the Zeo Crystal and 2 Zords and Ninjor. They ended up defeating him. Yay, hurrah, end of the world party's over. The eclipse is over. Somehow, like, Alpha breaks up the eclipse with science and technology. Don't really remember how that happens. I just remember it happening.
They just solved it.
It just happens. She just hacks into the mainframe of the sun.
Sun.
And yeah, so they defeat him. They take the Zeo Crystal and they're like, okay, like we can't let anyone put hands on this again, but they can't destroy it. They try to destroy it, but it actually just breaks into 5 pieces. So here's it all together. It breaks into these 5 separate pieces. And they're like, okay, well, I guess we got these 5 separate pieces. Zordon, go ahead and open up a time hole. Go ahead and open up a random time hole in front of each of us. So they send each of their pieces to different points in time.
Naturally.
Right.
It's the only way to make sure Master Vile doesn't get it.
Yeah, they don't know where, but no one else does either, so they're chilling. Woo, go team. So then we get to, there's like one episode in between this and the last few episodes where like it's just like a random villain, random bits, and it's like supposed to be like, where's Master Vile? Like he's plotting because he's pissed. He's like, these literal infants beat me. Literal babies. So he goes and he has to like travel very far through many apparels to obtain the Orb of Doom. Said ball right there. Orb of Doom. Everyone's like, oh, what's, because he brings it back to the Moon Palace. He's like, I got the Orb of Doom, and everyone's like, what's that? And he says, oh, well, it actually can stop the Earth and make it turn back in time so that, the Rangers they won't be Rangers anymore.
And kids.
Golnar said, we've been there, done that, old man. We literally did that last season multiple times. We did time travel and we lost. Are you new? Master Vile flames him for that.
It's so funny, dude. It's so good.
Yeah, from a lackey.
Bro, the villains are so funny when they just be mean to each other. Are you new? I love it.
So, yeah. But for some reason, Master Vile is like really sure. He's like, no. Like, I'm not doing it your guys' stupid way. I'm doing it my smart way. So we get to the final episode. We have kind of somehow Zordon, of course, again, he clocks that Master Vile has the Orb of Doom. He's like, you guys better stop him.
Rangers, he has the Orb of Doom.
He has the Orb of Doom. I literally saw it. He has the Orb of Doom. Like, I heard it through the grapevine. He has it. You have to make it so basically the way that he activates the orb is he has to plant it in the earth at a specific latitude and longitude. He sends Rito to do it. Naturally. Foolish. So Rito comes down with all the Tangas and he's like looking for the spot. The Power Rangers show up, they fight, but inevitably Rito gets it in the ground. And for some reason, like after this, they like think it's okay. Like they think like nothing happens, but so they all go to this fair. But then, of course, it does work, and they turn back in time, and they turn into little kids. We get kind of like the similar actors from season 2 that played their kid selves, obviously with the addition of Catherine. And yeah, so these are them as kids, and this is like the last like 5 minutes. So they're like sad, and then Rito, Goldar, Rita, and Zed all come down to Earth, and they're like laughing at their faces, like, you idiots. We won. Make themselves big. They're stomping through the city. And the kids are crying. Literal tears. And that's
the last episode. That is the last episode.
That is how Mighty Morphin Power Rangers ends as a series. Thoughts?
No, I mean, it definitely caught us off guard because they're just kids, like that's it, and then the show's over. Like, yeah, imagine like we know that there's gonna be more Power Rangers. Imagine being a kid and they're like the series finale of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and then it ends on you're like the Power Rangers law, and then you take your mega, Zeos, Ultra, Mega Zord, and you just throw it out the window.
Yeah.
That's
And
what
I
would've
honestly, basically, if I was a kid, which I was, and I had watched this, and this is what I thought the series finale was, I was like, okay, so the moral of this is that the bad guys win.
Bad
And
guys
then
won.
I would become a villain
That's
and
it.
start doing bad things. So was there a time frame of like, between this and the next, series where kids were bad?
There was a
I would have been
huge uprise of kids being bad.
naughtiness. The naughty list got longer this year.
Santa was working less, I guess.
Yeah, Santa's actually, wait, I only have to make one present.
I
I should make 2 presents for Bulk and Skull?
yeah.
What's going on? So yeah, that's how the series ended. Pretty crazy. We had ups, we had downs. Overall, pretty, of course, iconic. We're looking forward to the new series though. So next up is Alien Power Rangers. So that's a shorter, it's like kind of a limited series, only 10 episodes. So that should be a shorter episode. Like I said, hopefully we'll do a shorter episode of the movie as well, because that has some great stuff in it too to talk about. And then after that, we move on. So
Super exciting.
Stay tuned. And
thank you for watching, and we hope to see you all again next time. See ya.